Hi, it's Todd here, and today we're going to talk about 16th century Mary Rose Bollock dagger. This piece here. Now we call it the Mary Rose Bollock dagger because we found tens and tens of them on the Mary Rose, but of course there are also some on in museums as well. Mary Rose, sorry, is a very famous shipwreck that was brought up, sank in 1546, I think it was, and they have typically a very long blade, 12 inches, 30 centimetres plus, as this one does. And then they follow a very characteristic pattern. So they generally have what you might call an impact plate here. So it's not a guard as such, but it is a brass or a latten plate that's just under the lobes of the grip. And that is obviously to stop blades that are sliding up from fracturing the grip work here. But the other thing that's really notable about this sort of dagger is that bollock daggers previously to this were clearly turned. The grip was turned and then the bollocks were carved. These look, I don't know, but they look very much like they've been carved out of a plank. And it suits a sort of sailor's activity quite well, you know, a bit like scrimshaw or something. It's just a way of spending time carving a new handle. But what they are definitely not is turned. So stylistically, by around, I don't know, 1520, 1530, the old form, the 14th, 15th century form of bollock daggers has fallen out of use. And like all fashions, they change. So the daggers started, bollock daggers started around 1300, working knives, single-edged, flat back, just as this was. They started to get really fancy, but then, you know, everybody had them, so the really fashionable people don't want them anymore, and they become working tools again. So these are not high status, they're working men's tools, back to where they began, sort of farmers, peasantry, sailors. And again, this one has got a hexagonal grip here, very typical, sometimes hexagonal, sometimes even square, and a pair of balls with this characteristic V down the middle. And again, like bollock daggers always were, you get your edge alignment by gripping down over to the haunches, over the balls of the blade here. And that's it, Mary Rose bollock dagger. But of course, like all my daggers, it comes with a double layer veg tan sheath, and in this case, some decoration that's been lifted off some of the finds from the Mary Rose. Bit of incision work, bit of stamping work on the front here, and a very simple latten brass shape on the back, on the end. And of course the dagger, just like they so often were, was hung on thongs. Through the pouch, horizontally or vertically. Anyway, bye.